Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Uninformed Fan. It is about to be a day today. Lots of good stuff happening.
Yeah.
Florida, the state of Florida college football is officially in shambles. Wild day in the NFL. Jeffrey's fired up this morning, but he's still looking good. Jeffrey, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm in shambles. Shambles counter. 1. All right. I'm in fucking shambles right now. This has been a terrible weekend. Doug Martin died yesterday, too. Shout out Muscle Hamster. That sucks. Lost all my fantasy matchups. Florida State football program is absolutely dead. The Bucs play tonight. That's great. Other than that, I don't know, man. We're in the middle of a 2-day bender, as we should be, because we're mourning the loss of an entire state of football in terms of Miami, Florida, and Florida State. And yeah, but I got this hoodie from Kitty's last night. Shout out Marissa.
It does look nice,
Appreciate
yeah.
you. It was great. She tried to charge me $30. But
no employee discount.
I ran, so I don't know. I feel like maybe I'll be back though. So maybe I'll be back, and maybe they'll. What were you throwing fingers up for, Jeremy? Huh? In the background.
So that was a hoodie and dash.
5-finger discount. That's exactly what happened. She was counting merch on the pool table late at night, and I said, "Yo, let me get that." I said, "Put it on my tab," as I normally do.
But your tab was already closed.
Yeah. My tab was $80. $80 yesterday.
Bro, I don't even want to hear it from you because, like, I get, and it is my fault for drinking high noons, but every time I go there, my tab's $100.
Yeah, seltzers are crazy, bro.
They're like $9 a pop.
How do y'all afford these?
How often do you see me there?
Never.
Exactly. I can't afford it. $9 a pop.
But then you always complain that you're not invited or something.
Well, you didn't invite. Wow. Did you invite me yesterday? I rest my case.
I kind of wanted to just, I don't know how to say this.
Be solo degeneracy.
Yep.
Yeah, bro, you're talking to the master.
Like, I put a lot of money in my Hard Rock account yesterday, and I woke up with $30 in it today.
I can't wait. I can't wait to update you on my Max Verstappen futures that I cashed out, by the way. Yeah, let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about going into the NFL Week 7 recap is upon us. Starting off with my Chicago Bears taking on the New Orleans Saints. They did get it done 14-26. It appears that the Bears defense is back, even though we're still missing one of our star corners in Jalen Johnson. DeAndre Swift starting to find the run game. The offensive line is starting to gelling. And there was just one flaw that I saw, and that was Caleb Williams. He was serviceable, did what he did, but his off-target throws are becoming quite alarming. Hitting defenders in the face, the communication with the receivers. DJ Moore and him still are on the same page. It was a very, very bad day for the passing offense. Very, very bad day. And so that got me looking. And I decided to look up some of his numbers and statistics. You know, I'm not a huge statistic guy, Jeffrey. However, you know, he sits around 20th in the league. And there was one stat in 3 times, if you can remember what I told you on the pre-show, there's one where he's in 35th place. Now, there's only 32 starting quarterbacks in the league.
Right.
And he's sitting in 35th.
What is that? What is that stat?
I think it was the success rate. Yeah, success rate. He's at 35%. If you look at total EPA, which is the benchmark for quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield sitting at top, no doubt there. But then as I continue to scroll down, there is Caleb Williams at 20th, right above Marcus Mariota, Andy Dalton, and Jacoby Brissett. But I will also say, maybe these are somewhat skewed because the person right above him is none other than Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy and Mac Jones and then Bo Nix. So obviously the numbers can skew. It's just not passing the eye test. Still a long way to go. Second season. He just had a rough day, and quarterbacks are allowed to have a rough day. That's okay. And this is what a good football team does. They pick you up from the defense. They pick you up in the run game. A lot of good stuff. I'll tell you, Kyle Monunga is going to be a force for anybody out there. It's starting to remind me of the Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier phase, or the Gibbs and the Montgomery. It's Ben Johnson offense. So if he's out there, I would highly recommend getting him. It's looking again like what we saw. This was a close game throughout. Kyle Monunga still rips off 80 yards on top of DeAndre Swift 120, while only getting maybe like 40% of the share, 35%, something around there. So a lot of good positives come out of here. Caleb had a lot of issues with the snaps, a couple fumbles off the rip. It was a little slippery. I messed up. And can I just, before I get on that rant, the NFL Sunday Ticket is an absolute shit show.
Shambles.
I should not have to wait until 1:00 to get my program on, or 12:55 to get the program on. I should be able to get it 30 minutes beforehand, watch my pre-show, all of the nonsense. Here's what happened. I turned it on at 1 o'clock. Well, in my daily DraftKings, which I started throwing together a little bit, past couple weeks, shout out me. I like to go. I like to go with the lowest rated quarterback that I feel is going to add value in that position. I stack otherwise. Well, I started Caleb Williams, and I didn't realize it was rainy in Chicago because I didn't get a chance to see any of the preseason. So I tried to switch it right off the rip. Nope. Locked at 1 o'clock. Boom. Dunsville. Still end up cashing some money, but I lost out on some big money because of that one. But hey, at the end of the day, a W is a W. It's Victory Monday. Hopefully this Victory Monday can carry on to Jeffrey's Bucks tonight, who are going to have a tough case. But I overall pretty happy with the Chicago Bears. Love the after game speeches in the locker room from Ben Johnson. If you guys haven't seen those, look him up on YouTube. I mean,
fires him up, bro. He's good,
dude. It makes me want to run through a brick wall.
It reminds me of Mike Norvell a little bit, in terms of the fieriness.
Yeah,
of it.
Did you get to watch any of the Bears game, Jeff? Obviously,
I did watch the Bears
game.
Bates.
That way they took care of the Aints for you.
Yeah, I listen, if you are a NFC South truther with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then yesterday was a good day. Obviously, the Jets are just fucking terrible. And also, can we be honest too, is like when you bet some of these things, it's with the intention of one person being at quarterback or playing, and then things change sometimes. And that gets to be a little bit of a problem. I thought that the Bears look good. I love the defense. I thought they played well. I think Rattler has been top 15 PFF graded pretty much most of the year. Obviously, the end of the half is not ideal with allowing Olave to get free right there. It's like the number one thing you can't do. But I think overall, you'll take it as a W in terms of the way it all played out. So
you're absolutely right. We'll take it as a W. However, to what your point is right there, coming down to the fourth quarter and even the second half, and we're going to talk about it throughout this program today because it showed its head everywhere. Prevent defense prevents nothing. You literally, like you just said, you allowed Chris Olave to go right down. They got a touchdown beforehand. Then they come back to the start of the third quarter, get another touchdown. And all of a sudden, it's a one-score game when it was a blowout the entire time.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the fourth quarter again, not being aggressive. I understood that. Cousin Clay was like, go for fourth here. I'm like, absolutely not. Defense is playing great. You punt it. You make them run the field. Okay, well, I didn't realize that they were going to go a 25-yard prevent defense with that much time left. 3 or 4 plays, they scored 80 yards touchdown or something like that. And it's just –
Can I be honest with you real quick?
I'll never understand it. Never understand it.
You have true talent in Luther Burden and in Roma Dunze. You have true – you drafted them, and they are punching above their weight class. You need to lean on them. I don't understand continuing to allow DJ Moore to hit these fucking tunnel screen wide receiver speed outs. I don't understand it. Like, allow these dudes who are big-bodied, good wide receivers to – Caleb had 4 points in fantasy football. Yes.
I agree with you, Jeff. And I'll tell you what.
Allow them to get loose and get on the field is my opinion.
I'll tell you what the problem is. This is the quarterback. The quarterback can't get through 3 or 4 reads. He can't. He gets about to his second read, and the next thing he wants to do is tuck and run because that's what he's done. There was numerous times when he should have hit the check down to DeAndre Swift or Manon guy, and as the 3 times started to say, he goes into his Caleb Williams spin cycle. And the problem is he's had a little bit of success with this every once in a while, so he thinks he can do it all of the time. And I think, to me, that is the struggle with exactly what you're talking about. Colston Loveland as well. You've got weapons all around, man. Yeah. DJ Moore, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet's no slouch. Romo Dunze, you got the backfield. The problem is Caleb. And Caleb is off-target throws. He's one of the worst on-target throws. I'm sorry. He's one of the worst in the league. And he has the same type of things that we saw from Justin Fields. I'm not saying he's Justin Fields, but some of the same things where he has trouble getting through the progressions. And once the pocket starts closing a little bit, he doesn't stand tall and deliver. He tries to escape. And that's where he's missing those down the field throws, in my opinion, when it gets to that 2.5 second mark, where it's got to come out. I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes is leading with 2.4 seconds. Caleb is somewhere like 3.3 or something of that nature. The ball just has to come out. And I think to your point, that's exactly why these people are not involved yet, because Caleb can't get through that many progressions.
At the end of the day, right? What's your record?
4-2. One game behind the Packers for the lead in the NFC North.
And the Packers look shaky as fuck.
I tried to tell you, dude. I tried to tell you. Do you want to just go right into that game?
Let's go.
Let's get into it.
I thought
Packers 27, Cardinals 23, and again, in my opinion, Jacoby Brissett is outplaying Kyler Murray
1,000%.
At every way, shape, and form. Yep. If I'm the Arizona Cardinals, no shot I go back to Kyler Murray, but we know that they will. The Packers end up getting 27-23, but I told you I put out the Cardinals as my pick, which I'm just scratching the Jets pick because you know what? That's just whatever. But I really thought that the Cardinals had a chance to win this game. I've said it on the show numerous. The jizz on the Green Bay Packers is too much. It's starting to get sticky. It can't come off. And we saw it again. A bad Arizona team should have beat them. And I'm so sick of everybody crowning Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons won that game for them. Micah Parsons. If they didn't have Micah Parsons, they weren't going to win this game. Give me a break, dude. You beat the Cardinals by 4, and you should have lost.
Yeah.
Can we stop crowning the Green Bay Packers as the kings of the whole NFC? Ridiculous, Jeffrey.
Yeah. I thought they looked terrible. I thought that there was
against
no
Jacoby Brissett, but
yeah, I mean, look, Jacoby's 100% a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. I mean, there's no even.
We can see over the offensive line. That helps.
There were so many throws that Jacoby made yesterday that were incredible as well, too. Like, we could talk about whatever you want to. You talk about mobility, you talk about whatever, but process of information. I also think this is one thing that I will go off on a little bit later, but I hate quarterbacks who dance and feel pressure when there's actually no pressure, and who try to aura farm or clip farm for throws. Like, just make the right fucking read. Daniel Jones does it all the time. Daniel Jones takes a check down when he needs to. You know, Jacoby Brissett takes a fucking check down when he fucking needs to. That's just good football. That's just how you play the game. That's how you're supposed to be a quarterback. Instead of doing a pirouette and trying to dance and throw the ball 50 yards downfield off of an off-plane throw, it's mind-melting the way that they do this. I thought Jordan Love didn't look great. He missed a couple throws deep, especially. I didn't love what I saw from Green Bay, and I'm somebody who's heavily invested in Green Bay, and I think it's very worrisome. I know they won.
Well, like I said, I mean,
those are
watched.
Those are like small games that like you have to win.
Yeah.
To actually like you have to win those games. So they
won,
they did.
And
I will give them that. But
yeah, and they did.
I thought it was very disappointing.
But they also tied with the Cowboys, who the Bears beat. You know, and it's just like, a lot of my stuff is all eye test. I obviously know that the uninformed fan, coined the term, whatever you want to call it, blah, blah, blah. It's all eyeball tests for me. Is Golden a thing? I don't know. Are any receivers a thing? Obviously, when I played you, Romeo Doubs has 3 touchdowns out, with this giant helmet because he can be seen everywhere from on the field, including the space station. So apparently, yeah. But no, I don't think there's any wide receiver that you trust on that Green Bay team. I don't think any of them are true number ones. And I just don't. Maybe that's just Matt LaFleur's way to go. But, when you have 3 talented wide receivers, do you need a number one? I don't think so. I don't know. Jeffrey, is Matthew Golden a thing?
I don't understand Florida State football. I don't get it. I don't understand. We have to be broke. That's the only thing I can fucking think is that we're fucking broke. We have to be broke. We have to not have any money.
Did you just get an alert of something?
Yes, and or not be able to go fucking borrow money. I am
What
I'm
was the
spiraling.
alert that you just saw?
I'm spiraling right now. It's okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the next
But
game,
what was the
please.
alert?
Let's get into the next game.
We haven't left this game yet.
I know. I gotta keep it moving here.
Okay, so we're done with
Shambles.
that one.
We're in shambles. We're in
Oh,
shambles.
well,
We're in shambles. Go ahead.
Speaking of shambles, obviously I was going up against Matt Stafford this week in fantasy football,
Right.
who throws 3 touchdowns in the first quarter and 5 all day, 3 to Devontae Adams. Of course, Puka Nacua does not play. I guess the Jacksonville Jaguars just decided, hey, we're going to come back to reality. But this is the team that just beat Kansas City and just get absolutely curb stomped in your home game. You might as well call it a home game.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, though. I mean,
again, you still beat them against Matt Stafford. And I'm just going to jump out in this. Matt Stafford is probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. With his time over there in Detroit, that he basically was just whatever, goes out to LA, wins a chip over there. The way that he was flicking that ball, my goodness.
Pause.
That was quite impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, he flicked it pretty well.
I don't know what the Jags are doing, bro. I think the Jags are just.
I think the Jags are fucking toast, dude. I don't. I've been a Trevor Lawrence truther my entire life. Maybe not my entire life because I'm older than him. But I've always believed in Trevor Lawrence. The talent, the arm strength, the everything about him. Yes, Buff. I'm pissed off about fucking Norvell. And you know what? Here's the even other kick in the nuts too. Colorado State just fired their coach. You know what his last name is? Fucking Norvell. Yes, I will agree with you, Buff. Travis Hunter does appear to be wide receiver number 1. Brian Thomas Jr. is fucking ass cheeks. Just drops everywhere. Trevor will play great, make crazy dumb decisions, throw a dime to somebody, and they'll drop it over the middle of the field. And it all just adds up to not great. And
Trevor Lawrence sitting 28th right now in total QBR in the National Football League.
Yeah,
which is crazy to me because when you see I was talking shit on the group chat, blah blah blah, and then he comes back and just throws a dime down and I'm just like, okay, well, I just ate crow there, but then 2 plays later, he just airmails the tight end or whoever on an out route by 6 yards over his head. Yeah. We're talking about a guy who's been in the league for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Most quarterbacks only get 3. So when we talk about some of these quarterbacks not getting times, a la Justin Fields, whatever you want to say, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, all these guys had short leases, but then you had people like Trevor Lawrence that has literally just gotten a pass for 5 years because of the situation that he's been in.
And an extension, not even a pass. They extended him to one of the highest paid quarterbacks.
One of the highest because they didn't know who else was going to get it. I don't know. It just sucks to be a Jags fan. The only thing that's probably worse than being a Jags fan is being a Tennessee Titans fan. Patriots go in 31-13. I marked this one down as I thought this was going to be a definite revenge game for Vrabel. He was just going to put the foot on the gas and never let go. Jeffrey thought that the Titans were in a sneaky position here, which at the time I was like, I could see it. And then as I was watching the beginning of the game, I was like, oh shit. Jeff might be right. Then the next thing I know, I looked up and it was just an absolute blowout.
Yeah. Drake May did Drake May things. I think at one point he was in position or on par to have Tom Brady's completion percentage record for the Patriots in a single game. So that was cool until it wasn't.
Drake May sitting number 5 total QBR in the league right now.
Yeah, man, he's playing.
They got a guy. Yeah, they got a guy.
He can do it. He does all things in all ways. What was
Buff? Jags are 4-3,
222, 2 touchdowns. He did take 4 sacks. Yeah,
good game though. You know who didn't have a good game, Jeffrey?
Florida State.
The Miami Dolphins. We'll stick it in Florida.
They're ass.
Dude. I don't know if you saw in the private chat 3 times said that the Dolphins cost me a 12-leg parlay.
Yeah.
I said, well, that's your fault for betting the Dolphins, bro.
I'm surprised
what are you doing?
It wasn't my advisement, too, that made him take the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because Jeremy
He
loves
is
to blame
easily
me.
swayed.
He
easily
loves to blame
swayed.
me for shortcomings and failures that happen sometimes. So
Well, if you can't point the finger, then what can you do? This also came out of Miami. I know, Jeff, you've already stated that Florida State has said they're sticking with Norvell to the end of the year. It also was released this morning that there are no immediate changes for the Miami Dolphins at this point either.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Daniels might check into the Contemporary at this point. I mean, he just looks like it's just, you can see it on the sideline. Like he wants it to be over. Just end it for him, Miami. End it for him.
I believe Jalen Waddle got hurt. Is that correct as well too?
Great.
So
that's not good.
I
needed him too.
Sonny put up like 180 on me this week in fantasy, which is cool. Good for him. But when I'm putting up 125, 130, it's not as cool.
Well, Jeff, you could be like me and put up 56. I'm sorry, 57.8. 57. That's a professional. That's a fantasy football team that put up 57.8 points.
You're not done though, right?
Dude, I started off 0-3. I'm now 3-4.
No, I meant like, do you have other people to play?
I gotta make some moves. Well, I got to get off Justin Fields. That's the first one. Danny Dimes is coming in. He's taking over. Trying to work on TJ. I'm trying to get Tyler Warren to pair up with him. And then you'll see tomorrow. I think I'm dropping 5 people off of my team.
Okay.
Shout out to
You're not the worst team in the league.
No, definitely not. TJ, let's look at that Warren trade. I'm not the worst team in the league, but there's definitely some things. I had a lot of people on buys. All of my buys are getting out of the way now. What am I trying to trade? I want to know what he would like to have first, though. But I mean, I don't know if he needs running backs or whatever. But I mean, we'll look at it. I'm just trying to pair up Daniel Jones with the Warren. Maybe you can go get Alec Pierce on my bench down there for another little. What do you want? Wide receivers?
I'm looking at TJ's team. His team is ass.
It really is. And yeah, he has a good record. But like I said, I'm getting through a lot of my bye weeks, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah. We both like the Jets this week, Jeff.
Yeah, man. This is what happens when you bet on bad football teams. Sometimes they're just bad. What happened to Breece Hall? Did he get hurt or something? Like what?
No, I probably just took him out.
Oh shit, TJ's here.
Yeah, he's been in here.
The
Panthers strike again. I mean, my goodness.
Week, TJ, you had a great week. But I just look at your roster. Your roster looks like ass. Judkins, Gibbs, Scattaboo, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Warren.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
I said Gibbs.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
He's got some. Jackson Dart on the bench, sitting there with 45.25 points, and Bo Nix with 46. Not bad. Try to figure out which quarterback you want to start. Marky Mark.
Woo. Was Breece Hall in the game? The entire game? Because I didn't see that shit. I every time I looked
they didn't, Chad.
It was fucking.
No, they didn't.
Was up there.
Tyrod Taylor got sacked. He threw 2 interceptions, and they still didn't put up any points.
Well, they moved the ball at least.
He had 2 good down the field throws, right? And that's what you're going to get. And I think
that's 2 more than Justin Fields has had his entire fucking career, though.
That's bullshit. But I think the problem you're talking about a quarterback, whatever you want to say, he has just 100 QBR for the season with 0 interceptions. So again, I think what's happening with this kid is they've scared him so much because he knows he's on a hot side. He doesn't force the ball. He doesn't put it in. That's why you don't see any of the downfield throws. Now, Tyrod Taylor has nothing to lose, right? I mean, at this point, he's a backup. He knows he's a backup. He has to go in. So he's just going to zip the ball around a la Jameis Winston. He's going to get some down the field throws that's going to be complete, but he never put together a drive. That offensive line is ass. He could not get away either. He got sacked left and right. And then he throws 2 picks, which would end up probably costing the game if they could have put something together with the run and the play calling. I mean, it's just that team is just ass. You're talking about a team that had Aaron Rodgers on it the year prior and couldn't get anything done either. But we're going to look at the backfield and say, well, it's Tyrone or it's Tyrod Taylor or it's Justin Fields. No, it's that team. The team is absolute ass. Ass. If you don't have an offensive line, it doesn't matter who you have at quarterback. You're ass. Look at the Bengals. The Bengals kept Joe Flacco upright. Look at now he looks like Tom Brady in his 20s. Or was he good in his 20s? Maybe his 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jets are just ass, man. I don't care who you start over there. You can bet them all you want, my man. I'll tell you, the Jets are ass, and they're probably not going to have Garrett Wilson. Why bring Garrett Wilson back? I mean, there's no point in it.
Yeah.
That's just
with
my
Justin
take.
Fields at quarterback because you just can't throw the fucking ball. I don't really have an opinion on this game. I know I picked it. I know I like the Jets. I just this sucked, man. They couldn't run the ball. And also, like, Bryce Young gets hurt, right, and goes out. And now you have Andy Dalton in the game.
Which revives Xavier Legette for me. Thank you.
Not even. Like, Legette caught a touchdown from Bryce Young. It wasn't even from Andy Dalton.
Good.
It just this whole thing was terrible. And then you get a stop, right? You come down, you're driving the ball, you have 4th and 2. You get a penalty to back it up. You have to kick a field goal, and you never get the ball back after, and you lose 13-6. Just so much Jets shit over and over and over again. Just
bad teams find a way to lose.
Yeah, man. Just like the Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, yeah. Listen, I mean, 0 points, 31 Chiefs. I tried to give Jeffrey the benefit of the doubt. He sent it over. I said, Jeff, minus 12.5 Chiefs. He corrected it. No, the Raiders. Now, then this morning on the pre-show, I said, well, I'm sure you didn't know no Bowers, no Myers. And of course you couldn't predict Max Crosby being hurt. To which he replied, I knew Bowers and Myers were both out. To that point, there's nothing I can do to help you at that point. We talked about this game. I said that the Chiefs were going to throttle the Raiders. It was Rashee Rice is coming back. That offense is humming. You gave Patrick Mahomes another weapon. The Raiders are probably one of the worst, if not the worst, football team. Geno Smith has just completely reverted back to the Geno Smith that sucked balls. Meanwhile, again, Kyle Trask doesn't have a team, but that's a whole other story. Yeah, I mean, what?
Jeff, I think that Kyle Trask doesn't have a team because he's bad at football.
I definitely think that is probably something correct. But the fact that he's still not a free agent is
like the Colin Kaepernick situation. You know, it's like maybe you're not good. You know,
I don't think it's Colin Kaepernick situation. But yeah, I just
first ever shutout.
Yeah.
Do we
Jeff,
yeah, I guess we do hang.
I saw your thing that you sent, but please tell me what you liked about the Raiders here. Now, I will tell you this. There's a lot of people of the talking heads and such picking the Raiders with the 12.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
To your credit.
It's a terrible Mahomes spot. I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
historically, you're right. They do, but historically, they don't have. I mean, shit. You could have rolled out. What was the guy before Geno?
I tried to have
Aiden O'Connell.
Day. I tried to have an easy day, right? Because I had just gone through the fucking ringer of watching Florida State lose at 2:30 in the fucking morning.
I was gonna say, did you stay up for that whole thing?
I was at Kitty's for the entire thing. Tyson, I tried to have an easy day. I said, where is all the sharp money going? Oh, all the sharp money is going toward the Jets. All the sharp money is going toward the Raiders. Let me just take those two and let me have a fucking layup and keep it moving yesterday.
Things did not go as planned. But as Chad said, that happens. Sometimes it just happens. There's nothing you can't beat yourself up over it, Jeffrey, but you do look good in that sweatshirt. The Philadelphia Eagles head to the Minnesota Vikings.
Nice hoodie.
Has AJ Brown on his fantasy team, but man, who has Devontae Smith? Is that Sonny? I'm assuming.
I don't know, man. Sonny definitely has Jalen Hurts. Sonny definitely has fucking Chris Olave. Sonny definitely has. I don't know anybody else. The guy,
he's got 117 points and still has 4 people to play.
This is
what
objectively, just a tough weekend in general, and some people deal with it in better ways and healthier ways. I do not. So
shout out also to what's this guy's name again? Munson. Because I had dropped the Texans defense on the bye week, hoping that nobody would he snaked it, but then he also dropped them, thinking nobody would be able to pick him up on the waiver wires. Well, guess what, buddy? I had a tight end sitting on the bench.
Sean Munson. And also,
I had this tight end sitting on the bench.
Fuck you, Sean Munson, because
got him back, baby.
You saw me drop Christian Watson because I had to for fucking roster issues, and you went and picked him up and threw him on your IR. You snaky little bitch. I just want to say, sometimes people deserve to be slapped. And your grandmother is an angel. And I love your family. But Sean Munson, you deserve to be bitch slapped with fucking Johnson & Johnson baby powder.
Well, the Eagles were definitely flying high on this one. Devontae, 9 for 8, 183 and a tutty, and I think that's his highest ever, obviously. AJ, 4 for 121 and 2. Wow. I mean, the Vikings, this is kind of exposing what we thought all along with the quarterback. I would have to wonder if Kevin O'Connell is worried about maybe moving on from Sam Darnold here. Again, Carson Wentz is out there. I don't think JJ's the answer. What's his name?
You said Sam Darnold?
Yeah, Sam Darnold. Isn't that who they just let go?
Yes.
Yeah. I bet they're having second thoughts about releasing Sam Darnold, who is also number 3 in the NFL in total QBR at the moment. Obviously playing well. As an NFC North guy, if the Arizona Cardinals could have actually finished the job, this was shaping up to just a glorious week for the Chicago Bears, who are sitting with a tie with the Detroit Lions. Obviously going to lose that because of whatever, but blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they had a lot of people. So did the Jets. It's just shit organizations. But I would say the Vikings arguably are not a shit organization. They've just made some bad moves. You know who is a shit organization?
Say maybe as well, too, like having those guys and being with a guy like Kevin O'Connell, right? Because also Sam Darnold was also with Kyle Shanahan. I don't know. I think all these coaches kind of mold you to who you are. Like if you look at Baker, right? Baker kind of went through the ringer, but he ended up, his last stop was McVay, and now he went and he had Canales and Liam Cohen, and now he has Grizzard, and sometimes the more information that you receive and the more that you process things, you get better at. So
I 100% agree with you, and to that point, I think that's why the Jacksonville Jaguars are still on Trevor Lawrence in year 5. Because it does take a while to be able to read defenses. Something I think Caleb struggles with mightily, being able to read the defense and know where he needs to go with the ball. And to your point, I do think traveling around and getting different experiences, not saying that you got to change teams, but you're obviously going to change coaches, offensive coordinators. You just need to be around the league. Watch film. I think
there's encouraging shit, though, with Caleb. Like, I think,
of course.
Like what you're talking about for this year, and the record's great. Like, I think if you were to tell Bears fans you could be, 4-2 right now, whatever it is, and in the situation that you're in, with all the injuries that you've had on defense in the secondary and up front, you would take it 10 times out of 10. We
would take it, but we would also revert back to how we started last season and how we ended as well. Of course, there's things to look good at.
You had Matt Eberflus last year.
It doesn't matter. We still had Caleb Williams and relatively the same stuff. It's apples to oranges, and I'm not trying to put the kid down. I'm just saying there's still some glaring holes in the game that hopefully he continues to improve on. And I think as long as he continues to improve, then absolutely he could be a very, very great quarterback. Just has a few things to work on. That's all.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jackson Dart and Bo Nix, who just gave us an absolute shit show of just a thriller, I guess. RIP to those that had the under in this one. 19-0 to start the fourth quarter, ends up 32-33. Now, I'm just going to rip through this real quick, Jeffrey, and give you the timeline here. 14 minutes ago, Broncos get a tip pass in the end zone for their first, I guess, meaningful touchdown or drive, however you want to say it.
Well, the Giants had a tip pass to go up 26.
We're getting to that.
It was 19-0, right?
It was 19-0. The Denver Broncos come down, get their first touchdown off of a tip play, convert the 2-point conversion, 19-8. 10 minutes ago, the Giants get a tip pass all the way down to a touchdown for 26-8. 5 minutes to go. We're still sitting at 26-8, Jeffrey. 5 minutes to go. Knicks gets a rushing touchdown, 2-point conversion, 26-16. Broncos only have one timeout left. Next drive, the Giants go 3rd and 5. Dart throws the interception. A lot of people saying that they should have just ran the ball. They only had one timeout left. You got less than 5 minutes to go. They have to come the length of the field. One timeout, 2 scores. Anyway, 3 minutes and 51 seconds again. The Broncos score again, 26-26. Giants 3 and out. No timeouts left for Denver here. Broncos score with 2 minutes left, 26-30 now. Pass interference called against the Denver Broncos.
Never 26-26 though. It was 26 to
24.
23. I thought it was 26-23.
No, 26-24. Because if they did the 2-point conversion, it should be 26-24.
Yeah, but what happened is that they missed the extra point to go up by 3.
All right, so we'll call it 26-23 there.
Yeah.
So Giants 3 and out. No timeouts for dinner. Broncos scores with 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it 26. Yeah, so it was 26-23. That made it 26-30. Pass interference called at the 1 yard line against the Denver Broncos, which was a terrible call.
I thought it was a
Giants.
call.
Giants get the touchdown, miss the extra point, 32-30. And then what happens, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
What happens? Prevent defense. Here it comes. Prevent defense prevents nothing. 3 plays later,
35 yards. Boom.
32-30. 2 extra missed points from the kicker. He's probably going to be gone today.
What? They're on like their 4th kicker too. Some shit.
They have like Wing Won Koo on his practice squad and somebody else. Yeah, that's hurt as well. Yeah.
Graham Gano, don't you know? I don't know where he's been. I don't know, man. I know I put out Broncos Survivor. And
hey, at least you got that one, Jeff.
I couldn't have been more wrong.
But you still won.
That was terrible. It was terrible. And I apologize. We're not here to make excuses, but I should be better. I should be. In general.
They can't all be winning weeks, Jeffrey.
I should be
better. You have to get comfortable losing, lose small, win big. That's the thing.
And you know, the one thing I loved is how much pressure Denver was going to bring the entire game. And because I just thought that it would, you know, mitigate Jackson Dart and a lot of the things that he's able to do, especially, you know, being a rookie quarterback, he would make mistakes. And I guess it came to fruition by the end of the game, but during the game, that was not the case at all. They dominated. Jackson Dart made incredible throws, off-plane throws where you're not squared up. You're throwing it like inches over a DB's outstretched arm into Wan'Dale Robinson's hands. Wan'Dale Robinson, it might be a wide receiver 1 in fantasy football this year. I'm shocked.
Shout out to me.
I'm shocked by the Giants.
Well, I was shocked at why the Giants. Arguably, we talked about their front line, right? Their D line.
Broncos scored 4 touchdowns in that quarter.
They had to, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they had no points going into the fourth quarter.
4 touchdowns they scored.
Yep.
After getting just absolutely blanketed the entire day by Brian Burns. And
that was the thing I didn't understand. To your point, they were actually getting blanketed. So what did they do at the end of the game? They rushed 3. And Denver has 5 or 6 on the line to protect Bo Nix because that's the only thing that can happen. And you go into this prevent defense, man. I tell you what, someday, man, I would just love to see the analytics when the defense goes into prevent, how much that actually, how many times do they actually go down and score versus how many times does it actually prevent? Because I would have to say it's not good. It's not the other way around. Okay, you're playing for a deep ball to beat you. Sure, that's great. But guess what happens in a prevent defense? The deep ball beats you. I don't understand it.
What a kick in the nuts for TJ this weekend as well, too, being a Miami Hurricanes fan and also a New York Giants fan. You know, you have all the hope, all the everything, and then it just gets clipped and taken away.
Colts head out to San Diego, Jeffrey, 35-24. I am sold on Danny Dimes and the Colts. I'm sold. I apologize, Danny, for not starting you over Justin Fields these past few weeks.
You still started Justin Fields yesterday?
Yeah. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, but still. Well, yeah. I mean, I figured it was a get-right game. Yeah. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. My team's just trash. But that mistake will not happen again. Justin Fields will be hitting the bench.
Well, he is on
off my roster.
IR. So there is that.
What's that?
Justin Fields is out.
He's out.
He got hurt, didn't he?
No, he got pulled.
Oh, I thought he got hurt.
No, they benched him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they benched
Jonathan Taylor's RB1, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Again, yeah, I'm sold on Danny Dimes. Range. TJ, send me something for Tyler Warren. I'm willing to overpay slightly, but not a lot. But yeah, I'm sold on the Colts all the way around. I will try to stack as many as I can. I will try to do whatever I can. Yeah, I am sold on the Colts. I think that they are a true Super Bowl contender. Huh?
What do you think? What do you think that you're offering TJ for Tyler Warren right now?
Well, I was going to offer him a running back like an ETN Jr. However, he wants a wide receiver, so I'll have to look at that. Indeed.
I mean, to me, Tyler Warren is
who he got for Isaiah Pacheco. Yeah, because of those early shady deals that happened in weeks 2 and 3.
How are they shady though? They were just being like, that's just taking advantage of somebody who doesn't know as much as you. How is that shady?
You just said it. Taking advantage of somebody that doesn't much. So, like, when we call it out, be like, that's not a fair trade.
That's an issue? That's an issue? Like, if I'm making a trade with you, and I think that I have the upper hand because I think you're a dumbass, and I'm making a trade with you, then that's shady? How is that shady?
It's shady that they go through. It's shady that we don't vote. Like, there should be votes. Bro, like, the one that I can't remember who they did. It was like a three-player deal. I'm like, I mean, we're trading Drake London in week 3 for a wide receiver 3 and an RB4 because it's week 2 and Drake London hasn't produced and everybody's in panic mode. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, take it over. I'm just saying some of these teams have become extremely stacked, and it's starting to play out. Just like when Buff didn't get off to a good start, but we all knew Buff's team was going to show up. Boom, there it is.
This is funny.
What's funny about it? It's on paper
because you're like your team is not good right now, and so you're lashing out at everybody else.
I lashed out when the trade happened, Jeffrey. I said, "What are we doing?"
TJ,
we're trading Drake London for peanuts.
I think every trade was completely fair. The only one that I questioned was the one with Terry McLaurin because I was like, yo, you guys do realize, Gigantor, that Terry McLaurin might be out for multiple weeks. And they're like, oh, yeah, we get it. And I'm like, okay, cool.
I just don't understand why you fire sale a team after week 2. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's not
like you drafted Drake London in 3rd or 4th overall.
Yeah.
And like we're trading for somebody that was drafted in the 3rd and 4th rounds.
Yeah.
Because he got off to a slow start.
Yeah. Some people react differently.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shout out to Kitty O'Shea's Irish Pub and Buffalo Bar. Appreciate the merch and sponsoring our stream today. Thank you.
You got teams like me that start off 3-0 and then lose 4 in a row. It is what it is. I mean, it's an up and down league. You got to stay
Andy
fluid.
Dalton. Who do they play, Buff? Who's their next game against?
Looks like I'm starting to get, that's for sure. They're playing the Buffalo Bills.
What do you have? Like one catch yesterday?
No, he had like 11 targets, 8 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Now who's being the hater, Jeff? Now who's being the hater? 11 targets, 9 receptions, 92 yards, and a tutty. See, it just took a while. Obviously, I deserve a lot of this because I didn't stick to my original draft plans.
I think he sucks, but I mean, I guess it's whatever.
I went into it saying I wanted Quentin Johnson from the Chargers, and who went undrafted. I just thought he had a better upside than Xavier Legette, and then for whatever reason, I took Xavier Legette probably because Buck told me about his 40 speed.
Yeah,
but yeah,
had a great shuttle drill as well too.
Yeah,
his splits on his cones were incredible.
Washington Commanders headed to Dallas Cowboys 22-44. Pickens is absolutely flourishing in Dallas. And Jeff, I have a question when it comes to this. Do you think that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin are regretting this trade now that they're out there in the market trying to pair somebody to go along with their wide receiver number 1?
I'm sorry, say that again.
The Pittsburgh Steelers traded George Pickens.
Correct.
Okay, brought in DK Metcalf.
Correct.
Now they're in the market to trade for another receiver to pair with DK Metcalf when you let George Pickens go.
Correct.
For peanuts again, I would say. I mean, the way that George Pickens is going, he's probably going to get one of the top contracts because this is a contract year. Shocker, shocker, shocker. And that, now we learn why. Maybe that's why, you let Micah Parsons go, because you got to have money to sign George Pickens.
TJ has the inside source with the general manager of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he's saying that they absolutely regret it. So I'll take that as verbatim from Omar Khan out there. I don't know if they regret it. Hear me out, right? You get DK Metcalf. I think that wide receivers are a dime a dozen. You can go get whoever and kind of fill in. But I do think that this is a perfect fit for Dak and for this offense in Dallas to pair him along CeeDee Lamb. I would be surprised for George Pickens to re-sign there. I'd say like 3 years, maybe like $75-80 million, something like that.
He's getting $30 million a year.
You think so?
Yep.
I don't think he's a $30 million a year wide receiver though.
His numbers this year are, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but you're in a high-powered offense. Anyway, I had the over in this game. It was funny because I was going to send it to you to say put this out, but after my track record on the first 2 games, I just felt like I should just go into a hole, crawl up, and cover up with a blanket.
And instead, you started to rip fireball shots and party.
No, actually, I didn't do like hardly any shots whatsoever yesterday.
Hardly any. Biggest news of this game: Jaden Daniels goes down with a hamstring injury.
That, Jeremy. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, we all know he's full of shit.
You got there at like 10:30, homie. I got there at 3:30. All right. Allow me for my first 7 hours when I was at the bar to be cognizant of what I was drinking, as opposed to the 1 hour that you were there. Okay. And yeah, I did rip a Rumpleman shot to end my night.
Rumplemans?
Okay? And I did it with Rigo because it was Rigo's birthday. Okay.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
I don't want to hear shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Again, biggest story here. Jaden Daniels goes down with a hamstring injury. He is going to miss a couple weeks here as well. The Commanders are just in shambles.
They're suck, bro. I mean, we've talked about it.
They're in shambles. I think that'll wrap up. That'll wrap it up. Although I will say Marcus Mariota did look pretty serviceable back there. As
very serviceable.
Falcons 10. Yeah. 49ers. I didn't even put the other score on there because that's how much of a shit game this was. Didn't really care. A lot of defense. 20. 10-20. I didn't really. Yeah, I watched a little bit of this game, but yeah, Jeff was definitely spiraling both. He still is, to be fair.
Yeah, bro. And
we haven't even got into the biggest ones yet.
This hasn't even like. Can I be honest with you?
Shambles.
Past 2 nights, I have gotten home. I have poured up an entire glass of Grand Marnier Cuvée.
Jeff, this is a problem.
When I've gotten home,
this is a problem.
Yeah.
This is a problem. Do we need to have an intervention for you?
No. I'm not a quitter.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So
Speaking of not quitting, let's
Yeah.
get into this Monday Night Football breakdown. Baker Mayfield not quitting against his team, no matter who's on the field, versus Jared Goff and the Lions. I've seen this line as high as 6.5 now, Jeff.
I got it at 6, but take the over. Just take the over.
I like some of the props as well. Baker over yardage. Mike Evans appears to be back this week. And also
Buka back as well, too, it looks like.
Good shot to play. Is he for sure in? I saw there was a good shot he was going to play.
TJ,
Obviously going to affect my Tez Johnson pickup.
TJ, the Lions are not going to beat down the Bucs. But I appreciate your opinion. I know that you're locked into a lot of sharps and a lot of guys who have this spread and who have taken alternate lines on this spread as well too, and so on and so forth. But I just want to say, fuck all of you. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are rolling into Detroit tonight, and we're gonna beat the fucking Lions' ass. You know why? Because the Lions are ass. I've said this all year. Their defense.
Jeff has a bias
towards
against the Lions, in case you haven't noticed.
The Lions and the Bills, right? Those are the two teams that
Bills, Jeffrey. I thought there was no bias against the Bills.
No, what I'm saying is that I love Bills fans, right? As opposed to Lions fans can go fuck themselves. Pivot. But
are we talking about Mike Dragic? Who else is the Lions?
Yeah, kind of I am. Yeah, you're 100% correct. I'm definitely talking about
who gets paid to watch football.
Yeah, that guy is really I'm gonna
let's refrain
words succinct and keep them to myself.
I appreciate it.
However, I love the Bucs here in the spot. I could see it. I can see the Lions win by 7 points. But you give me Baker Mayfield, bro, and you give me our guys. You give me everybody that we have. We got defensive players coming back this week as well too. Now you get Mike Evans back. The Lions are missing their entire secondary. I just feel like this is a great spot. And once again, you have allowed the Buccaneers to be in an underdog role and be the team that's counted out once again as a rallying cry in that locker room. So, yeah.
I would think if Mike Evans and Ibuka both play, that line is egregious. If Ibuka is out, I still think it should be like 4.5. That weird line to where the hooks and
because five is bullshit. 5 is a bullshit number. Like the game never lands on 5. It's such a stupid number.
I think 4.5 if they both play, but 6.5. 6.5 if they both play. That's egregious, dude. That's egregious.
Agreed on what, TJ? What do you agree on?
I think he's agreeing with the line, but we shall see. Jeff, what are your thoughts on the Texans Seahawks tonight? Seahawks favored here by 3.5.
Take the under.
Take the under. There you go.
I think personally for me, I would be on both dogs tonight. I would take Bucks +6. I would take Texans plus what would you say? They're 3.5, 4.5? 3.5. I would take the under the night game, and I would take the over in the early game, and I would call it a day. I think that the Texans have legit fucking defense. I think Stingley will be able to lock up JSN. I think that the Seahawks are missing a lot in their secondary right now, and that's going to be tough because Nico Collins is coming down, and CJ Stroud has looked way more comfortable in the past few games than he did to start. So I just feel like the Texans are kind of getting it together. They're coming off a bye. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. It's in Seattle. I'm sure they're acclimated. I don't know.
The Texans definitely need a win. I mean, they need this win. So definitely a little bit more riding with them than with those boys out in Seattle. 41.5 is the over-under here, Jeffrey, is what I'm saying.
I just think that the Texans will be able to get really good pressure on Sam Darnold as well, too. They have a great defensive line. And when you have a lockdown corner like Stingley who can just take away JSN, that's going to be tough because you can play press, you can play man, and you can allow your DBs to be singled up and still be able to get pressure. So
Way too early Thursday night football preview, Jeffrey. The Vikings are headed into the Chargers, -2.5 on the Chargers here. I don't see what the over-under is here. But to me, this would be I'd like to see a little bit more lines here.
Encouraging signs from Carson Wentz yesterday.
But is he even going to play? I mean, JJ should be back.
Wentz looked pretty good. You know my opinions about JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why
They're
I think
not great.
2.5 on the Chargers, because JJ should be back. He was listed as the emergency quarterback here, so he's obviously right there. To me, this is a Charger spot. The Vikings coming off that, yeah, whatever.
Chad, I do want to say this. I understand. If objectively, this is a big time line spot. They're coming off of a huge loss against the Kansas City Chiefs in a primetime game. They're back home in a dome, right? Like, this is like an auto bet almost, if you're just looking at it from a straight whatever stance. But I do think that there's a little bit more to it because Tampa Bay is getting pieces back. And I think Baker has just been so fucking good this year that if you're going to give me 6 points, I'm going to take it every day, is my opinion. So
6.5, yeah. And I would imagine that I would say it probably touches 7 because everyone's going to have the exact same mentality. Although it does appear 56% of the money right now is on the Bucks +6.
5.5 on Hard Rock. So,
of course, they have shit lines.
Yeah, 5 field goals and 6 runs. I completely agree with you. I thought that Minnesota moved the ball really, really well in this entire game. So,
well, let's get into the shambles that is college football. Do you want to start with the Florida State shambles, Jeffrey, or the Florida shambles? I know you've had this bullet in the gun for quite a while, and you're ready to get it out of the chamber.
Go ahead with your.
Let's get into it. Mississippi State heads into the swamp, and the Florida Gators get the win here, 23-21. However, if you watch the game, the Florida Gators had absolutely no business winning this game. A fluke interception by a defensive lineman at the end clinches the deal. If you listen to the show on Friday, we told you, my sources said it, Billy Napier was gone regardless. And the day after, Billy Napier was fired. RIP to another tumultuous tenure in the Florida. His ego, in my opinion, cost him this job. It was laid out from the boosters. It was laid out from everybody else what the expectation was going into this season. And that was to hire an offensive coordinator. And he refused to do so. He said in the interviews, he said that he felt that he gave them the best opportunity to win the game. Well, you live and die by your motto, whatever. I mean, kudos for you for standing on top of it and going with it. But that's what got you fired. Good news is DJ Lagway has apparently already come out and whatever the rumors around his camp said that he is willing to stay and listen to see who they're going to bring in first.
For sure.
Which is a big thing. And the recruiting class has been phenomenal. So that will definitely be something to watch. Obviously, the names are all flying around. The biggest name between the boosters and the fans, everybody wants Lane Kiffin. It is what it is. My inside sources have already told me that they've already reached out to Urban Meyer, and that is going to be probably their number one choice. Also, Jeffrey, they will be reaching out to Nick Saban to see if he would like to partake in the specialities of the Florida Gators. Outside of that, it is Lane Kiffin. As well as, and I can't remember the name of the guy, Marcus Freeman is obviously going to be one on there as well. And I did like the sports reporter that I read this morning say, you know what, Marcus Freeman probably is not going to take the job. He's very good, but at least make him say no. And then, of course, James Franklin's on there. There's a few other coaches that are having some good seasons. The Matt Rule, is it Matt Rule? No, Nebraska head coach.
Yeah.
Matt Rule. And then I can't remember who else it is. At the end of the day, we just know the Gators will pick somebody that just whatever. But at the end of the day, man, picking some of these coaches is not as easy as it used to be. It used to be, even Urban Meyer that came out of Utah, right? Got his first shot over there, did well. Then, of course, he became a legend in the college football world. Nick Saban didn't have immediate success. Obviously, went to the Miami Dolphins, didn't like it there, went back to Alabama and rebuilt that program. Obviously, Indiana is doing wonderful things. I do like the coach out of Illinois as well. I know there's some good coaches out there. But I think Florida needs to put something in your mind here, Florida fans. Do you know how much it's going to cost to get Lane Kiffin? Not only Billy Napier's buyout, which is something like $20 million. Kiffin has a buyout. And to get him, you're going to have to make him one of the top 3, if not the top paid coach in the SEC to get him away from there. I mean, and then here we go again. We're locking somebody in. This is also the same one Florida fans that sat when he got hired at the University of Tennessee talking about he was going to sing Rocky Top all the way home after he beat the Gators' ass. You can say whatever you want. It was still said. At the end of the day, the University of Florida program is an absolute shambles. On to the next one. Let's just keep the rotating door going.
Hey, man, good luck. Yeah, I don't know where you kind of go from here. I'm assuming they have a plan. And that's
you would have to think so, right?
And when I saw yesterday that there was a coaches meeting at 1 and a players meeting at 2, I think we all kind of knew what it was. Not only is the uninformed fan in shambles, Florida Gators are in shambles as well.
Not only the Florida Gators,
I will
the
say
Florida
this.
State Seminoles.
I will say this is that that Chipotle money hits different if DJ Lagway is already professing that he's not leaving the University of Florida, no matter who takes the job.
Well, let's also be this, right? Let's also say this: if you're DJ Lagway, you have not blown the doors off this year. You have not looked
like
sharp,
ass, homie.
Correct. So, of course, you would probably want to stay there because nobody else is taking you, especially for whatever your NIL probably already is. So, yeah, I have no problems or no issues with what's happening over there.
Chad, we are kindred spirits, my friend. There's a reason that I had the fucking New York Jets this week and the Las Vegas Raiders this week as well, too. And it's because I'm a fucking sicko, dude. And I think that you get the most value on bad teams. And I will ride with you against this Bills team with the Carolina Panthers and Andy Dalton in the fucking Red Rocket next week. Lock it up right now, Tyson. This line's going to hit.
I would not, because why would I lock it up? 9, it's going to go higher.
It's going to hit 8.5. It's going to hit 9 points. It might get to 10. And this will be an absolute play on Sunday, 1,000%. Andy Dalton is a better quarterback than Bryce Young.
Well, at least he looks past his number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it, Jeffrey. The Florida State Seminoles. I was absolutely shocked when I woke up, and honestly, I didn't even look at it until I saw a meme. And I can't remember what it was, but obviously it was a very shocked face. Florida State fans waking up to find out that they lost to Stanford, 13-20. Mike Norvell obviously is on the hot seat. As you pointed out earlier in the show, Florida State has already come out and said that they're not making any moves until the end of the year. So he will be there throughout the year. But yeah, I mean, that Florida State game is going to hit different at the end of this year because let me tell you, it's going to be brutal. There's going to be some serious hits. Everyone's going to be taking out the year's frustration and anger on each other. It's going to be a rough game. It's going to be like the old days, man, back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Florida State falls to Stanford.
Not Samford. Stanford.
Stanford in Palo Alto. You put up 13 points as an offense against one of the worst defenses in all college football. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And you have a chance. You shouldn't have even been in the fucking game in the first place. You played so bad the entire game. You have no heart. I want you to rip the fucking jersey off of your chest every time I watch this fucking football team, just like last year. You don't deserve to wear the fucking logo. You don't deserve to represent the fucking Seminole tribe. Take it fucking off. And then you come down and our starting quarterback gets knocked out. Castellanos. I still don't know where the fucking hold was in that play, by the way, as well, too. Comes down, takes a cheap shot, gets knocked out of the game. Instead of Brock Glenn, who played against the University of Georgia when everybody decided they wanted to sit out, who came out, who has been with your program for multiple years, you put in a true freshman in Kevin Sperry. And I think Sperry is fine. I think he will be fine. But at that moment, one of the reasons that Jordan Travis was so good is because your football team wanted to play for him. Every time they went out there, they wanted to punch somebody in the mouth. They wanted to play for your quarterback. Now you hire these mercenaries to come in for 1 year every fucking year, dude. Whether it be DJU or Castellanos, who wants to dance around in the fucking pocket, and Aura Farmer fucking clip, whatever it is. I don't get it. They look terrible. I know TJ, you love Castellanos. You think he's fantastic. I think he's absolute ass. He never makes the correct football play. He never checks down. It always has to be a deep shot. It always has to be him running out of the pocket. It always has to be all about him. It sucks, dude. It sucks to watch. I can't fucking stand it. And Mike Norvell should have been left on the tarmac in California. And instead, we're giving him a pass for the entire year because we're not fucking serious about football. Ever since FSU announced that they're leaving the ACC and they want to get out of this conference because it's a second-rate fucking conference. That's why when you break the plate of the goal line to tie the game at the very end of the game, they don't have the right camera angle. They can't fucking see it because you're in a fucking third-rate conference. It's bullshit. And now we got to sit here and let this entire year play out once again after going fucking 2-10 because we're too fucking poor to fire Mike Norvell.
Feel like a weight just got off your shoulders there?
No, I'm still pissed, dude. It makes zero fucking sense whatsoever. I don't understand. It's bullshit, bro. It's absolute bullshit. And we're going to sit here and just act like, okay, we'll give them the rest of the year. We'll kind of see what, you know, what's happening. The entire team has quit. You watch it happen on the field. Norvell has no voice whatsoever.
Maybe to your point, they got to scrounge up the money before they can fire him. You said he has a $60 million buyout as well?
Go borrow the money. Go borrow it, bro. You can go borrow whatever amount of money you want to in this world. In life, you can borrow.
You guys ain't got boosters like that?
You can borrow whatever you want to, right? Whatever you want. You can
I would
borrow.
think Florida State's got boosters like that.
We don't
be able to just write the check.
We're moving into a brand new football facility this week.
We did say that last week, that the new coach was really going to like it.
The fact that Mike Norvell is walking his box of shit from his desk into that football facility pisses me off.
Deion Sanders coming back?
Fuck no.
To lead, you know, there was somebody on here that said to put Deion Sanders in the talks of the Gator job. And the comments underneath it were absolute nothing short of legendary. Well, let's move on to some more shit teams and more disappointments in the state of Florida. Miami goes down to Louisville. Yeah, I just wish all those people that were chirping in my comments on our Indiana video talking about how Miami this, Miami that. Well, what happened now, baby? Whew. This was a game, though, if you did listen to the Uninformed Fan, you could have made some money on because our own Jeffrey over here off the schneid called it. He said this was a sneaky game.
That and the Indiana game, too. The Michigan State actually came in as well, too, as it was 28.5. And I don't know if you saw, but
I have it on the list. Yes, I do.
Anyway.
Anything to talk about Miami and Mario Cristobal finding a way to lose? And not only that, now that he puts it up there, how about Carson Beck in the press conference calling out his receiver? He ran the wrong route.
I might be out on college football. That's a tough realization that I'm coming to at my older age, is that the state that college football is in now.
Welcome, Jeffrey. Welcome to the dark side.
And this has been like an identity of mine for, 30 years, 40 years. Ever since I was born, bro. I was born in Tallahassee. Like, I went to FSU. My mom went there. My aunt went there. I've been a diehard Nole ever since I was born. I came out of the womb. The first thing my dad said was he put an FSU fucking onesie on me and said he's going to play tight end at Florida State one day.
Why tight end?
I had a lot of tight ends at Florida State, but
I was gonna say, did you have just buns of steel when you came out?
no, I had really good hands. Anyway, and yeah, I'm kind of just dejected by the entire thing. I'm kind of over it. It kind of sucks, man. It sucks. Something that you've had your entire life, 30 years, 30 years you've been invested in something. All for you to realize. And I realized it a couple years ago, honestly. This is, and can we be honest too as well? The college football playoff, not allowing Florida State in when they were undefeated, that broke Mike Norvell. You can't have a message, a rah-rah message, a go-get-it message, a message of we are ascending to a higher purpose and something like that, and yada, yada, yada. And then when you go undefeated and you do everything you're supposed to, not be allowed into the dance. That broke our program. And I am coming to that realization. And it hurts, man. It sucks. I've been self-medicating for 2 years now. I gotta let it go.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you've seen that from me. I mean, the relinquish of my Gator tickets, the whole 9 yards. And especially like you said, when NIL came in, I said it was going to ruin college football. Of course, I was speaking from different angles, and I'm not saying NIL has ruined college football, but we have paycheck players now. It's not like it was, once,
No.
you signed with the Florida Gators as a freshman, you were a Gator till you die. It didn't matter. You stuck it out for the 4 years or 3 years, whatever it was. You were loyal to the program, and programs were able to build something. Now it's a business, and it's just like the NFL, but except that there's no contracts. And yeah, I've been out on college a while. As a matter of fact, I told my wife, going into this year, now that she's out, I could care less about Saturdays. If you want to do some plans on Saturdays, Saturdays are great. Sundays are Sundays are for the boys now. Saturdays are gone. Sundays are for the boys. Saturdays are for the wives. Sundays are for the boys. It's just hard to put that your hard-earned investment in there when kids are getting paid millions of dollars out of college who have proven absolutely jack shit nothing. You got coaches that are signing 50, 60, 70 $million years, getting fired within year 2 and 3, getting completely paid out. And at the same token, I have collectives emailing me, texting me, calling me, saying I need to give. Otherwise, we won't have a team. And I'll tell you exactly what I told him. I said it before. I told him my Florida Gator booster. I said, I guess then we're going to suck again, huh? Or suck still, because I'm not giving you any more money. End of story. It is what it is.
Norvell just got fired.
Did he really?
No, Jay Norvell from Colorado State, not fucking Mike Norvell, because we're fucking poor, dude.
You had me there for a minute. You had me there.
Some
other top 25s go down to Nebraska loses to Minnesota.
Somebody said to me yesterday, they go, does Mike Norvell have a son that coaches in college football? I said, excuse me? They said, no. Does he have a brother that coaches in college football? I said, no. Why? They go, oh, this guy, Jay Norvell, just got fired from Colorado State. I go, he's black.
And
what are we talking about right now?
And
is it his brother or his son? Mike Norvell's son? Mike Norvell is like my age, bro. His son?
You're talking about conversations that are had at a time and place where
fucking
a lot
ridiculous.
Of coherence is not 100%. Nebraska goes down. The other big game, LSU headed into Vandy. Vandy takes care of LSU. Les Miles, get the hell out of here. You are out of college football. I was absolutely loving this. I will tell you this. I watched a little bit of college pregame, and I think it was what?
You say Les Miles?
Yeah, didn't I?
I think you said Les Miles.
Who is
respectively has not been the coach there.
Who is it?
Years. Absolute. Like over a decade, Les Miles is
Brian Kelly.
fucking LSU.
You see how long I've been checked out of college? You see how long Brian Kelly, get out of here. How about that? On the program, obviously Nick Saban picked LSU. And I think it was Pat McAfee that looked there and goes, Coach, have you ever picked Vandy? And he said, he started laughing. He goes, honestly, I can't wrap my head around it that Vandy is a good football program. It's still, he's like, I can't believe that they've risen the way that they did. So no, I have not picked Vandy. Well, guess what, Coach? You need to start looking at Vandy because they got it done. Very happy for the Tennessee or the Nashville natives over there, and Vanderbilt taking down the evil empire of LSU. Anything on that one, big dog?
Nah, man. Shout out Diego Paiva. Good for him.
What's
the new AP? Not to give a fuck about rankings, but what did the new AP poll come out as? Is there any shakeups or anything like that?
I did not look. I will bring it up right now. As you talked about, Michigan State did hang with Indiana for a while. They ended up 13-38. I guess if you want to say Indiana tested, I don't know if you really want to say that.
I think Michigan State kicked a field goal, if I'm not mistaken, at the very end of the game to not only cover but also put it over as well too. I think it closed like 27.5, and it was
the old backdoor
38-10.
Do have a few. Ole Miss slips 3. Okay. ESPN, like, give me a break, bro. They put a giant black screen over the entire rankings. Like, you get paid enough. Like, I don't need this ad. Georgia up 4. Georgia Tech up 5. Georgia Tech in the top 10 now. Ole Miss down 3. Miami down to 9. Got Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M are the 3 unbeatens at the top 3, except for BYU hanging in at 11. Then Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, which Alabama. I have them on here. Alabama played Tennessee. Alabama's rolling after that terrible week 1 loss. They're looking really, really good. Vanderbilt up 7 to number 10. Go get them, Vandy. Go get them. And Tennessee down 6. LSU down 10. Yeah.
How is LSU still ranked?
Illinois up to 23rd. Wow. I guess they heard the podcast and talk about how the rankings actually suck. Indiana, 6 votes for number 1. Oh, let's see here. I think that's going to about do it for college. USC, Notre Dame did take off USC. Oh, what did they stay at? Where's Notre Dame? Oh, Notre Dame, guess what, Jeff? Moved up to 12.
Making the college ball playoff, baby.
I tell you what, dude, that's a big crock of shit. For those of you that do follow Formula One, Max Verstappen takes down the Americas Tour. What a brilliant race by Max. We've talked about this a few times on the program where, I had a very sizable bet for him when he was down plus 700. I took the cash out. Jeff, I looked today. He is now plus 160. Yeah, we left some money on the table there, Brian.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Well, it was a little bit larger than my normal unit. I put 10 units on it, which normally on a prop bet, something like that, you don't really put 10 units on something. But I was telling the wife because he actually hit plus 7,000 at one point. I should have put $100 on that, but whatever. Cash it out. Took him to win. Got paid on it anyway. Anything to wrap us up, Jeffrey?
No. I wanted to show you this parlay that I have.
Does it include the Miami Dolphins?
No.
Good.
I can't believe Hard Rock Bet is under maintenance. You guys, dude.
Chocolate.
Like, just an absolute fucking
It's a terrible sports book.
It's
a terrible sports book.
You know what? I'm done. I'm going on Go Wager Gator today. We're gonna
nope, that counts close. And that's gonna do it for us today on the Uninformed Fan.
Hold on, Jeremy, get in here. Put on your fucking headphones real quick. You have 2.5 minutes of screen time. What's up, Jay?
Good morning.
Good morning. Man, your voice sounds great today.
Does it?
What do you? Yeah, it does.
Thank you.
Anything that we have missed or not gotten correct here?
No, I think we covered a lot today. It's a rough weekend.
It's not
Rough.
over.
It's not over.
It's
Today
not
is-
fucking over, Jeremy. Today is
Technically, the
fucking
weekend
Monday.
is.
The Buccaneers play the Lions tonight.
I
Fuck
know.
the Lions. Fuck every one of your fucking fans. Fuck all of your children. The Buccaneers are coming in.
Alrighty, that's
We're
going to
gonna-
do it for today on the Uninformed Fan. I hope everybody has a great week. If you do
No
happen to
errors,
be driving over the weekend,
No omissions.
make sure to stay out of the left-hand lane. Until then, peace.
Be great.
Bear down.